House cleaning before we get started. For those who have been rocking with me from day one, I appreciate the support. For those who may be new here, coming in or out the door, for me, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, get it cracking in the comments. Every bit of your engagement absolutely helps promote your boy into the YouTube algorithm. I thank y'all for the support. Now, let's get to it. Drop the video. Let's go.
Story time on when I flew to another state to meet this young lit nigga that's lit on the internet. And to me, I felt like he was like, was cat. So yeah, I met him on the internet. I was in Bahamas, like the beginning of January for my son. I'm sorry, the beginning of February for my son's birthday or whatever. And he DM'd me on Instagram, like, need you. So I'm like, oh, I've been trying to give you me or whatever like that. So he like, you know, whatever. We gonna exchange numbers or what? So I'm like, yeah, because, like, you know, he's some fine shit. Like, I love dark-skinned niggas. And when I say he's some fine shit, bitch, he's some fine shit. Or whatever like that. So on the internet, like, you know, he got 2 watches, big Cardi, 6 cars, supposedly own his house, and he young as fuck, or whatever. Like that. Dressed nice, always designer down, like, always posting mad money, etc. So, you know, like, that's my type. I love me a hood, get money nigga. So he asked for my number or whatever like that. So I gave him my number, and, like, he texted me. And I'm not gonna lie, like, it was little signs that I didn't like. Like, if you know I'm on vacation with my kids, like, I remember I posted my drink or whatever, and I didn't text him right back. And he was on my phone like, oh, you see me text you or whatever, but you posting. Like, that right there was like, you only have my number for like 20 minutes, like, chill out. But I let him slide. So we planned to see each other or whatever like this, like, whatever like that on this Saturday. That's it, this Saturday, right? And we planned for me to come Valentine's Day weekend or whatever. And he really was on some shit where, like, he was like, oh, come whatever, what day, what time, it don't even matter. Like, whenever you could come, just come. So I chose that weekend because I'm free every other weekend for my kids. They go with their dad or whatever like that. So that was my free weekend. So I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I thought he was a fake page at first or whatever like that because it just was, like, too good to be true. So we would only text. And, like, he'll tell me to FaceTime him, but by the time I FaceTime him or whatever, he not answering. Now he got an excuse or he don't FaceTime back. So, bitch, I started thinking, like, bitch, I'm going to get catfish if I go down here. So I told him, I'm like, look, this Wednesday, like the Wednesday before the Friday. So I'm like, FaceTime me before Friday or I'm not coming. So now he got all that energy. He FaceTime me, etc. I got him on the phone. Before you really couldn't, like, he'd just be texting and shit like that. So he FaceTime me. He was real. Looked the same. Looked good as fuck. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm ready, etc. So Friday come and we talk. And I'm like, you know, like, you ready? Like, I'm at the nail salon. I'm like, you ready? Like, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to meet you, etc. So he like, yeah, or whatever like that. But I feel like his energy was a little off because he was more excited days before. So I'm like, you good, love? Like, you okay? Because I'm like, I feel like your energy is, like, kind of off. Like, you're not excited as you was. So he's like, oh, I just found out I got to get my daughter or whatever today. Mind you, it's the day I leave. Like, I'm leaving at 10 p.m. at night to land. I think my flight would land like 12:48 a.m. originally. So I'm like, yo, I took our work for this or whatever, and I already checked into the flight. And he's like, well, what's the issue? Nobody didn't tell you not to come. Like, you can still come. I'm good. I'm gonna just get a sitter. If anything, her and the sitter just stay at my house, and we could just get a room. So I'm like, you know what? All right, that's cool. I'm all for that, or whatever the case may be. So I still go. Like, I get my nails and I run to the mall. I get everything I need. I pack my shit, and I tell him, like, all right, I'm going to land at this time. I go to the airport. Mind you, y'all, I'm rushing because I'm always fucking last minute. I get to the airport. I board the flight or whatever like that. So before I boarded the flight, he texted me this hotel, like Cigna or something like that. It's like one of the best hotels in Atlanta. So I tried to book the hotel online, but everything was booked up. So I told him, I'm like, look, everything booked up because it's Valentine's Day weekend. So he like, nah, you got to call. So I called and, like, everything was booked the fuck up. Like, literally, it was no hotel. So he like, well, find whatever you can find and just book it. And I'm going to get you from the airport. So I'm like, you know, what's your budget? So he like, what you mean? I'm like, what's your budget? Like, I'll book the room. But when I land, I expect to get my money back or whatever like that. So I'm on the plane, y'all. The plane done took off. So the nigga like, oh, the least you could do is pay for the room. So I'm like, huh? So this when a mishap coming. Because I get it, okay, we supposed to stay at your house originally, but then your child came into play. So now we got to go stay somewhere else, which is cool. Because I think a hotel is better anyway, because you don't know me and I don't know you. And it's more safer, I feel like. So he like, yeah, like, you can pay for the room. I'm going to fund the rest of the trip. Baby, you a whole scammer. think I'm paying for a motherfucking hotel for you to come fuck on me? So he all like, yo, I feel like you could pay for something. I'm funding the rest of the trip or whatever the case may be. Yo, so we start arguing or whatever like that. So then the plane land and I'm like, you really arguing over a $300-something hotel, but you scamming, you hitting all these licks, all this big money you posting. I mean, like $20,000-$30,000. You can't book a $300 hotel. And I just felt like if you brought me to your city, you should make sure I'm good. Like if you came to my city and something happened, I'm going to correct it before you get there. I'm going to figure this shit the fuck out. Because I mean, why wouldn't I? Like it don't make sense. I didn't ask to come there. You wanted to come. Now I agree we wanted to see each other, but still, like, what? So when I landed, the nigga arguing, going all back and forth with shit. So I'm like, listen, cancel your sitter, stay home with your kid. Go ahead and bond. I'm cool. Like I ain't even link you no more, etc. Y'all, this nigga was like, oh, you must be coming to come see another nigga. Nigga, what? I took off from my job, stopped one of my business to come see you. You talking about another nigga? That's your response? Y'all, he kept fucking arguing. I couldn't believe it because I'm like, bro, like, if you getting all this money and you got all this motion, all this shit going on, like, $300 is nothing. So I'm like, if I book this hotel, you can't come. So that's what the fuck I did. I booked the hotel, and shout out to that Spirit flight attendant because, yo, he stayed in that airport with me and found me a hotel, y'all. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have had nowhere to stay, like, at all. But I booked that hotel, y'all, and I left that nigga on red. Like, I stopped responding. And I just made it into a solo trip. But I still was just, like, mad because I trip. Like, Atlanta cool. We used to do that for New Year's. But, like, just to go and spend that much money, it was just, like, I could have went somewhere else. Like, that was kind of crazy. So, me personally, I just feel like his lifestyle got to be kept. Because I done dealt with some big money niggas. Like, I mean, rich niggas. Like, that's running businesses to get legit money. I done dealt with a rapper. I'm not going to say who the fuck he is because he is a big rapper that y'all listen to every single day. And niggas with money ain't complaining. They not doing all that. Like, I'm telling you, they not doing all that. Like, when you come see them, they have everything into play. Everything booked. Bitch, your itinerary set up, all that. Like, it ain't making sense. So, to me, his life is just kept. And to be honest, I never really seen him go out and do nothing or anything like that. Like, he not in the mall blowing no money. Like, he ain't at no 5-star restaurants. Like, he really don't be doing nothing. Like, he might go skate or something. But, like, other than that, like, that nigga don't be really doing shit, like, with the money he's supposed to have. Like, he got all this motion. You would think he'd be tripping, like something. Like, nah, he not doing none of that. So, to me personally, the life is kept. And I was just mad because I felt like, damn, like, I flew here to see you and this happened. Never doing it again. And then his excuse was, well, you knew what I had going on and you still came. Nigga, you never told me not to come. When I checked in with you and we spoke, you told me to still come. It wasn't an issue. And you was going to get a sitter. Like, what? That don't even make sense. Like, make it make sense. I would have said the fuck home. I'm not that pressed to see no nigga. Like, bitch, you know, I get niggas. Like, what? Be for real. I was just upset at the fact that you still allowed me to come or whatever like that, knowing that you was going to do that or whatever the case may be. And I'm not saying he lying about getting his kid, because bitches do that. Like, bitches that know it's a Valentine's Day week or something going on and be like, oh, yeah, you not, I'm going to stick him with the kid because I don't want him to be with no other bitch. So it do be like that, but still, like, come on, yo. Like, I don't live down the street. I live in another state. I flew there.
All right, look, this is going to be called the part one of, if you're going to tell the story, then tell the full truth, you feel me? This is part one, though. So look, right, let me get this, like, straight to y'all. First and foremost, I'm not a YN, you know what I'm saying? I'm 25 years old, you know? But check this out. I'm not from Atlanta at all, you feel me? I live in Atlanta now. I'm from CHIRAQ, you feel me? But all this, like, okay, well, we going to start off with the whole, he flew me out type thing, you know? I never flew out. So this whole, oh yeah, he flew me out and put me on Spirit Airlines. Shit is cap. You know what I'm saying? I never flew out. I never paid for no flight. You feel me? None of that. You get what I'm saying? Now, I really don't know how to, like, to work it as far as in, like, if I can post the messages when I'm talking type shit. I don't know if I can do that shit on here, but I'm finna try it, though.
Okay, so boom, sister, this is all the tea you need to know, and I'm about to tell you. Basically, she was talking about how this boy was lit on Instagram, but actually, he was broke. Okay, so they was texting back and forth, and he was like, okay, let me know when you in Atlanta so we can link up. And this girl goes and say, okay, flight book. First of all, who told you to come? I said, let me know when you in Atlanta. I didn't say, yeah. And number two, as a girl, I'm not booking a flight to go see no man. You want me to come see you? Flight better be booked with the confirmation and everything. Okay? Period. So before she gets on the plane, he tells her, oh yeah, I'm gonna have my daughter the whole week. So, that's basically saying I'm not gonna be able to see you, so you might as well, rebook it for another day, babe. So then the most funniest part is she sends this picture and he gonna say, you got a sore throat. He said, that's too fast, mama. What? So then I guess when she got there, it was like some complications and like her room, like her hotel wasn't, letting her in or something. So he actually had the courtesy to stay up, making sure she was good. So make a long story short, they did not see each other and she got mad because basically he put his child over her, which you're supposed to do. So I don't know why she's mad. So what can we take away from this, ladies? What we can take away from this is, number one, never book a flight to see a man. That's number one. Number two, definitely stop being pressed, because that's get you nowhere.
City girls down 40 points. By this time, we all have seen the video of the girl who flew herself to, I think, Atlanta to see some dude. It's bad. In one of her follow-up videos, she said that he booked the flight, but with the receipts that he posted, she said, okay, I booked the flight. So did he book the flight or he didn't book the flight? And in her video, she said that she got the hotel and, I guess just ignored him for the rest of the trip. But in his receipts, she's sending him pictures of, throat spray and asking him if he ever got his groceries ate and saying, I came all the way out here. I still would like to see you. So she was still trying to link up with the dude, even though, he made it pretty clear, he not with it. And y'all, this man made his own account, posted 2 videos, and is already almost at 10,000 followers. So basically, he exposed y'all receipts, and on top of that, you helped him make a bag. He about to make a bag on TikTok. And not only that, you just gave him free promo. You know how many women about to be in his DM? The whole situation was a mess. You called off of work, you booked your own flight. You basically paid for the whole trip. The whole point of getting flued out is that you don't pay for anything. So if you starting off wrong by buying your own flight with your own money, you didn't get flued out, babe. And all that for a YN. But in his video, he did say he not a YN. He 25.
Where do you want us to start? Do you want us to go from the beginning? When I say I don't know where to begin, I truly mean that. Do we start with the throat spray? Do we start with the disintegrating Listerine mints? Do we start with flying out to meet and stay with a stranger for the first time? Where do we start? Do we start with the fact that you got on a plane and didn't have a place to stay? Why did you even get on the plane? Then I read the text messages. The text messages were not on your side, my friend. I know text can be manipulated and edited and all of that. It don't matter which way you shake this, though. It don't ever end up right side up for you. What were you insinuating when you asked that man if he had his behind ate before? A stranger. You showed up with throat spray, travel throat spray. You put it in a travel size, the thought that went into putting that throat spray in that travel size bottle should have went into self-worth, value, dignity, decorum, respect, love. I know you didn't put much thought into this, but whatever thought you did put into it, you need to redirect it back to yourself. Then not only that, you told him, I'll never forget about this. And then he didn't respond, it looked like, because he could have deleted the messages. But 2 hours later, you sent another message saying you still wanted to meet him. And prior to that, just a little bit up above, you was you must got bitches for real, insinuating that he had a girl or a woman, which he did. Breaking news right now, there was somebody else there. So your spidey senses was tingling a little bit, but then you go on to say, I'm playa, you could have just squeezed me in for real. I'm grabbing you by your collar when I say this. Get up! This is not okay, so that's where you went wrong. This is desperate. This is desperation. And you're a beautiful girl. You seem to have so much going for yourself. You have to stop. You have to stop. If nobody has told you, I'm going to tell you, you have to stop. I see everybody in the comments talking about, that's too fast, mamas. But they for real, friend. They for real. You have to slow down. That's where you went wrong. You moving too fast. You doing too much, way too quick, way too early. And most importantly, this is not safe. And you knew it wasn't safe because in the messages, you was telling him that your cousin was telling you, oh, don't go with him because he could be a killer and he could be cutting people up. And That's not even smart. That you don't tell the killer that you think they're a killer. That's survival skills 101. And yes, he should have told her not to come, but another thing to pay attention to in what he said, he was like, she should have known not to come because look at the energy I was giving her. Low energy and low effort. You don't meet low energy and low effort with higher energy and higher effort. You never have to prove your self-worth to somebody through the sexual exploitation of yourself. That's not how it goes. And we just can't act like this was cool. Like, it wasn't nothing cool about this. It's some things people shouldn't be able to beat out of you, but yet we here on the internet, so only thing to do is do better going forward.
Predatory bopping, throat spray, Listerine strips, booty eating, bi-state hookup, fluing out, scamming. I deal with big money Negroes, but I'm still an average working person because I can see the polo work shirt you have on with a pen in your pocket. I trip, selling cat, and just everybody acting as if this stuff is normal, right? What I find funny is, first I'll start with the women responding to her. I find it funny that none of you actually recognize this for what it is. Prostitution. Y'all have normalized prostitution so much that y'all think what she did is normal and y'all have a set of rules to follow so she can make it back alive. Y'all have normalized prostitution so much that y'all think this is normal. This is the sad part of the women responding to her. None of them actually recognize this for what it is. She's a prostitute. She is selling cat. She's selling coochie. That's why she flew herself out, because she thought this guy had access to quick money because he's a scammer, and she wanted a piece of that quick money to facilitate some pseudo luxury lifestyle that she's concocted in her head that she should be living based off social media status. And the fact that none of you said the takeaway from this is to not be a bop and not prostitute yourself out, but to not pay to fly yourself out to prostitute. That's what y'all got from this. This is why the world is on its ear. This is why we're living in the upside down, because y'all think that the egregious things that went on here in this whole scenario was her paying for her room and flying herself out, and okay, not realizing or knowing if this guy was safe or not. Not the fact that she shouldn't be selling cat, which is what she's absolutely doing. I have something to also say about this situation. I see a lot of women on social media, not women in real life, saying that age gap dating between a younger woman and an older man is predatory. But she's 31, he's 25, and y'all absolutely know she was going after the money when she was interacting with this YRN. Y'all know what she was there to do. And yet, not one of the women responded. I didn't clip all the videos because it's a ton of them. Not one of them said she was behaving like a predator. I wonder why. Is it because she has a vagina? Because what she was doing is absolutely predatory. She saw a young guy who was flashy online, rings, watches, stacks of cash, cars, and she wanted a piece of it. She's 31, by the way. I'm going to keep reiterating that. She's 31. She flew out to meet this YN. She footed the bill because she thought the payoff at the end of hooking up with this guy would be substantial. That's what happened. She was waging her little funds against the scammer's funds because, you know, he has access to quick money and fast money and a lot of it. So she was willing to spend that little maybe $1,500, $1,700 to get a bigger payoff. Yeah, she was looking for a payout. This is what the whole interaction was. And when she got there and realized that, surprise, surprise, a scammer scammed her, now she wants to get on the internet and have this victim story like she was, you know, she was played when she actually knew what she was doing, and she's a prostitute. That's why she had the throat spray and the Listerine strips and asking has he ever had his groceries eaten and all this stuff. She was going there to turn out a YN to come back with the bag. Y'all know exactly what she was doing, but yet none of you touched on that particular subject matter of her being a freaking predator. And that's exactly what she was, a predator that lost to a scammer. Surprise, surprise, there's no honor among thieves. When you play dirty games, you come out dirty. And she got exactly what she deserved, which was nothing. That's all I got, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, get it cracking in the comments. I see y'all in the credits. 2 fingers. Peace. I'm out of here. See y'all in the next one. Like Jesus.
You think that what we're fighting about is stupid. Just cause you don't agree don't mean it's stupid. Lately communication feels so useless. If we don't got that obsessive love, then what are we doing? I don't ask for much from you. It's like you don't got the time to lose. Make me feel like I'm a burden when I tell you how I'm hurting.